Hi, everyone. I just got asked this the other day. I thought I would just talk about it for a minute. Question had to do with what a woman should do when her dog won't take food from her during training. The training was outside, I should mention. So, a couple things here. The first is, will the dog eat in other times? Yes, the dog does definitely eat at other times. I mean, really and truly, if your dog is living, he's got to be eating, right? So there's something going on that's causing your dog to not take treats at that time. Does that mean that your dog's not motivated by food? Well, there's actually lots of answers to that. It could be that there's just way too many competing reinforcers in the environment, and your dog can't take his eyes off of that scent over there, or the squirrel that just ran by, or the playground that is across the street. Even just a little piece of chicken, and my gosh, if you have kibble, then you really are not competing well with those reinforcers. Um, so you've got to think about that. Some other things, maybe your dog is frightened and he can't eat. Maybe your dog is, yeah, he's just overstimulated. Maybe you have been just teaching too long, or you're applying too much pressure to your dog. So your dog is not taking food from you. Instead, your dog is showing avoidance behaviors. That means that you've got to change something up. If your dog is showing avoidance behaviors with you, you've got to change something. It could be that your dog is hurt. I mean, there are just lots and lots of different reasons for it. You've got to stop and give that some consideration for it. Another thing is that maybe your dog predicts that, yeah, you've got a piece of steak, but when you have a piece of steak, that means trouble is looming ahead, because the way you've paired that, maybe in the past, when you've seen a dog and you know your dog is going to react to seeing that dog. And so in anticipation of that, before your dog interrupts or even sees the dog, you pull out the steak. So now that steak becomes a predictor of something really scary. Yeah, they're not going to have any part of that. You've got to be very careful about the pairing of things. Remember, it's what happens after something that affects how you feel about what happens before. Just a few things to think about when you say that your dog is not motivated by food.